Hi, this is Lance Edwards, and
this is Randy Luebke.
And this is Financial Independence, A Better Perspective. And our topic today, we're at the beginning of a new year. Always want to do, always have conversations or thoughts about how am I going to do more this year? How am I going to be more productive? How am I going to get more of this or do things differently? So today's topic, I'm going to interview Randy on a thing he calls the 4 Ds. D's like in David, the 4 Ds, how to simplify your day to do less and get more done. And so we're going to start there. So Randy, intrigued by this, the 4 Ds. So you've got a system built on these 4 Ds. Why don't you start sharing? First of all, what's the first D? What's the first D in the 4 Ds?
Don't do it. Delete it. Seriously, that's the number one thing. And we're talking about, frankly, handling all the emails and the texts and the phone calls and the interruptions and the mail and all this stuff that's coming at us, right? And just because somebody's reaching out to you, Lance, and sending the the advertising to you about whatever it is, getting big and buff or Hawaii, don't do it unless it's really important to you, right? Delete it, right? We archive it, save it to your email box, whatever. But that's frankly, if you could get better at not doing stuff, you'll have more time, of course, to do the stuff you should be doing, right? So getting rid of it, get it out, don't do it. Just don't do it all. That's my number 1 D. What do you think?
I like that. I would call that, don't be a victim to your inbox, because you all of a sudden, or other people's demands, because now you're living somebody else's agenda. You're not your own. And it's easy to get sucked into that, because there's an allure of that you're busy, you're active. No, you're not accomplishing hardly anything. You're helping somebody else's agenda. So
it's
so 100%
Twitter,
agree.
Facebooks, any of these, yeah. So first thing is decide if it's really important enough for you to, if it's important to you, then you're going to do something else with it. But 99% of the junk we get is just junk, and you just delete it. Done.
All right. So the first D is delete it. Don't do it. Okay, that's easy. Let's just end there. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to let it all pile up. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's go to the second D. What's the second D, Randy?
Yeah. So if you like that one, you'll love this one. Delegate it. Right? Because a lot of stuff, right? Because a lot of stuff that we're asked to do or called on to do really should be done by somebody else, right? This is, obviously entrepreneurs, right? We think we can do anything better than anybody and do it faster, right? So we want to take it all on. But the truth is, there's things that we're better at than and other people are better at, right? And so we need to be consciously delegating away everything that really isn't in our niche, or what does Dan Sullivan call it? That
unique ability.
Unique ability. That's the word. Yeah. So if it's in your unique ability, if it's in the things that you should do, then you won't delegate it away. But again, 99%, we deleted most of the stuff. Now we're going to start delegating away the stuff to other people who will actually do a better job at it than we will. So that's number 2. What do you think of that?
And that's a big one. And you hit the nail on the head. I think most entrepreneurs struggle with this the most because they probably started their business where they were doing everything themselves. And first of all, they got an ego that thinks nobody can do it as good as they can anyway. So they have a hard time letting go. And I will, and yours, and me too. I'm self-diagnosing myself here. So I will, I will throw this out as a corollary to what Randy just said is, if you ever want to figure out what to delegate, make a list. Well, take a piece of paper and put a line down the middle. On the left-hand side, you're going to write all the things you love to do, the things that give you energy. It's not like working. You were born to do this. And that's what Dan Sullivan calls unique ability. That's the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you write down all the activities that suck the life out of you. Just the idea of doing it, it's just, it ruins my day. Yeah. For me, it was bookkeeping, paying the bills. Yeah. It's kind of important to pay those bills. I hated doing it. So, but what you do is, those things on the right are called your key frustrating processes. You got to delegate that, get that off your plate, because you're not very good at it, despite what you think. It's sucking the life out of you, and it's taking you away from what your talents are. And so delegate. delegate. And that's just a discipline I find that you've got to develop. Delegate. Now the D, but that's not one. That's not the next D. It's not discipline. What's the third D? What's the third D, Randy?
This is another one that I know you're going to love. It's do it. Do it now, right? And here's the secret, though. You got to be strict about this, too. You got to be able to get it done in less than 2 minutes, right? That's the most. 1 minute is better, but 2 minutes is the most. Because if you had to say 15 things that took you 2 minutes apiece, that's still a half hour, right? 15 emails to respond to or 15 whatevers, right? It can add up. So if it's going to take you 2 minutes or less, just get it done. Just do it, get it done. People are impressed. You're happy. It's off your shoulders. You're not worrying about it. You don't have to forget about it. It got done. Do it. What do you think of that one?
No, I like that one. And I've always, corollary of that one, I've always heard, let's say it's a piece of mail. Let's say I've got whatever, this came in. If I can do it less than 2 minutes, I got to do it right there. Because don't touch it twice. Don't touch it twice. Same with talking about inbox, email. If you can slam it out, do it right there. But to your point, don't do the next 22-minute emails, and now you just kind of defeated the whole purpose. But I like that.
You got to be wary of rabbit trails too. So you're going to do something. It should take you less than 2 minutes, and then the printer doesn't work or whatever. Now you're fixing the printer, and then it's got to download software, and right, yeah. And then next thing you know, you're 30 minutes into this 2-minute thing, right? I actually have little. I'll show you little timers. Where are they? Oh, here we go. Yeah, little salt shaker timers that I keep on my desk, right? So when I'm going to do something, I got this is a 1 minute timer, right? And I put it on my desk. When I'm done, I'm done. If that timer goes out, I'm off, and I'm going to the fourth D. Can I tell you what the fourth D is?
Go ahead, the fourth D.
This is when people delay it, right? And I say this is when people do, because this is not procrastination. That's what I mean. This is not just putting things off to just put things off. This is taking what I need to do that's going to take more. We went through the filters, right? I've deleted all the stuff that's not important at all. That's gone, right? I've delegated everything away that should be done by somebody else. I know I can't get it done in 2 minutes, so I know this is important stuff. So I'm going to put this somewhere into the future, and I'm going to usually start with a list. Throughout the day, I'll just keep a list, or I'll put it right on my calendar. Schedule a day and a time that I'm going to work on this thing that's going to take more than 2 minutes, and set aside the time to get it done so I know it gets done. So it's intentional, it's purposeful delaying and putting it on the calendar or a list that you'll refer back to at the end of the day and eventually get it on the calendar. But that's the fourth D.
All right, so we got don't do it or delete it. That's number one. Number two, delegate it. That's a huge one. Everybody delegate
out the door, bye-bye, and get it done.
Number three, do it now. If it's really quick, just get it over with. Number four, the timer. Delay it. Put it in the future. Reschedule it. Or put it on a list to follow up later. I'm going to add 2 items here with your indulgence, because this is what's been serving me recently is, hey, so you got these things, what you're not going to do or what you're going to do, the short ones. But I've gotten into practice now, and I got to tell you where this practice came from. I'll give you a resource here in a moment. At the end of every day, I write down what are the top 3 things I'm going to get to tomorrow. What are the top 3 things that if I do nothing but get these done tomorrow, that would be a very successful and productive day. And I do it at the end of the day. So I kind of already have my plan set for tomorrow. And that has served me very well, which serves with regards to prioritizing some of these things, because it's Stephen Covey's first things first, what are the big rocks we're going to take care of. And that has been serving me well. And there's a resource I want to share for everyone. Some of you may have heard of this. There's a book. It's been out since 2018. It's called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is written by James Clear. I bought it, 6 weeks ago, and I have been consuming this book. I've read a lot of these. It's the best book on the subject of habits and behavioral change I've ever read. And the thesis of it, it hooked me on the inside flap. He says this. He says, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our habits.
Oh. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is true. You know,
Yeah.
you think about, we can all sit here and dream up these goals and New Year's resolutions, but that doesn't mean we're going to do anything about it. We have to intentionally focus on the capabilities within ourselves to have a greater capability. The goals then become like the North Star where we point these greater capabilities. So what the book is, and it's sold 3 million copies of this thing,
Wow.
is about, you know, hacks or tricks or ways to work with the way we operate as humans to motivate ourselves, create environments, or either make it appealing or unappealing for bad habits, and things such as habit stacking. And I've been using it now for 3 weeks, and it works. It absolutely works. It gives you a lot of clarity, and it gives you a lot more confidence in your capabilities as you're basically ramping up your habits. So this is a great resource for everyone. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Can't recommend it enough.
I love it. And that fits right into these 4 Ds, because this has to be a habit, because stuff's coming at us constantly, right? And so you consciously got to be aware of it for a while, but eventually you don't even think about it. Delete it.
Exactly.
Right? Delegate it, do it, delay it. Boom.
Yeah, it's got to be a subconscious. It's got to be something. It's got to just happen. It's like what habit is. It just happens.
I'm gonna buy that book. You're gonna sell 3 million in one. I'm gonna get one by the end of the day.
All right. Well, that's Randy. This has been good. Anything else we need to add to the?
No, I think this is great. No, this is great. This is very good. Thanks, Lance, for a joyful and energetic session here.
All right, so I'll tell you what. Everybody, you can check out the show notes as always. Go to our website, fibetter.com, fibetter.com, and we'll have the name for Atomic Habits. Maybe we'll put the Amazon link on there so you can go get it. But it's on Audible, it's on Kindle. You can get it all kind of formats. Hey, listen, if you want to get some more information on apartments in my world and what I'm working on, go to my website, lanceedwards.com, and you can get resources there. Get my book. I've got a new book coming out here soon called Apartment Alchemy. You can see about getting that. And Randy, if they want to avail themselves of your resources, how do they reach out to you?
Well, if they want one of these little timers, you can get them on Amazon. But if they want to reach out to me, you go to lifetimeparadigm.com, LifeTimeParadigm, George Mary, lifetimeparadigm.com. When you get there, you'll find lots of great information. It's all free. Everything on the website is free. Be sure to check out in our financial independence toolkit. It's free and it's awesome. And if you want to email me any questions directly, you'll find a place on the website with an email so you can contact me as well. lifetimeparadigm.com.
All right, very good. Until the next time, this is Lance Edwards and Randy Luebke. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Lance. Have a good day.